Alright, hi guys, Eric here at Redmans Performance. We're going to take this 22R that we've been building for the last few days and putting the sleeves in, and we're going to run it on the Simtest machine and tell you guys a little bit about the Simtest machine. We hold about 12-13 gallons of heated oil. We heat the oil to about 120 degrees. We run maximum 1030 break-in oil, and we run about 1 ounce of dye per gallon of oil. We run the dye in the oil so we can go around the engine and check it with a UV light to make sure that we don't have a rear main seal leaking, front seal, oil gallery plug, something of that nature. So the machine itself has a centrifuge in it for cleaning the oil, and it also has a large Wicks filter in it. This motor here, we're going to be running it in open loop, so you can run the machine in open loop or closed loop. And what I mean by that is we're going to use the machine's oil and pressure line to feed the engine, and then the oil is going to run out of the drain plug back into the engine and recirculate through the oil filter. Now if we were running it in a closed loop, we'd have the drain plug in it and we would just be letting the engine recirculate its own oil at that point in time. Now the machine itself will tell us when the engine's broke in. We can check oil pressure, oil flow, and the resistance. It runs on 2 DC variable motors. By watching the resistance meter, I'll be able to tell when the rings and the camshaft are broken on the engine. We're going to run 2 separate compression gauges. They're both just going to be a push-in style. If we really want to get critical, we'll do a clamp in. But for what we're doing here, we're just going to run 2 push-in styles, and we'll use one as a reference to the other. We're going to log all of that so we can give it to the customer so he has the data that we did on it here. Normally the engine will drop about 1.5 to 2 points of resistance, and then we'll know when it's broke in. We'll start the engine off at about 25% of the RPM, and we'll run it up to 100%. We'll vary it around a couple times. Going to go anywhere from a minute to 3 minutes is what we're going to run it. And at that point in time, it should be broke in and everything should be perfect. So we're going to go ahead and get started right now. First thing we're going to do is we're going to prime the engine with oil pressure. So we're primed up literally that fast. Let's get a zoom in here. So you can hear the air coming out of the system right now. So you can see you probably see the oil pretty good there, I would hope. I don't know, sometimes the camera doesn't do it justice. Anyway, there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to roll around it. We're going to make sure that the rear main's not leaking in it. It looks good. We don't have any obvious galley plugs out or gallery plugs out. Oil filter's not leaking. We've got oil running out of the drain plug, so we're good to go. We're going to turn the machine down. Right now we have 25 pounds of oil pressure. Get this thing backed up now. So we're running 25 pounds of oil pressure, and we have a 72% flow. So now we're going to spin it up here. So the resistance at 25% right now is at 7. So we're going to log that for the customer. Get my notepad over here and we're going to log this. So 17 psi, 80% flow, 7 on the resistance, so 25%. So now we're going to spin it out. So at 100%, we've got 18 psi. We've got 86% flow, and we have 8% on the resistance. So now we're going to run the compression real fast. Alright, so we were running 120 psi straight across the board right there. Now let me write that down. Alright, so now at that point in time, we're basically done checking the engine. And we're going to let it run here for an extra minute or so, and we're going to let it break in. We're just going to watch the resistance meters. Alright, so now at 25% we are at 6.5, so we've dropped 0.5%. So that's telling us that the motor's limbering up. We're going on the top side, we're at 7.5%. So I'm going to let this thing run just a few more minutes while it's off camera, just to let it finish breaking in. But you guys have got the idea of how this Simtest works. It's absolutely a wonderful machine for checking everything that we do. It keeps us honest. We ensure that the customer gets the best product they can possibly get. Please hit the like and subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments, please ask the questions. I'll try to get back to them. Any comments? Thanks for watching. Eric at Redmans Performance.